Welcome to August 2024. We have three different perspectives to give you a little heads up on the energy and what you might expect for you tuning in. So we are Corey, Peyton, and myself, Yaila. We are going to kick off with Peyton sharing channel messages by the High Council of the Pleiades, followed by Corey bringing in her intuitive astrology report and a mini card reading. And I will wrap things up doing my own intuitive reading for the collective live as we record. So the intention for this video is to give you your own confirmation, have you tap into your own intuition, your own insights, as well as see what unfolds from the messages that you resonate with this video today. So kicking things off, Peyton, what do the P's have to say?
Thank you so much, Yaila. Hey, y'all. Welcome to almost August. Well, as you know, I'm Peyton, and I channel the Pleiadians. And when I checked in with them to see what is coming around the corner at us, they kind of took me a little bit by surprise. So what they had for us for the August energies is they said it's going to be an explosive time. They said, we are about to have a series of events entering our world that are going to bring rapid change. So they used this very kind of cryptic expression, and they wouldn't tell me anything more than this. They said, a countdown has begun. So what they wanted us to understand about these energies that we're moving into right now is that these energies are ones that you can feel if you tap into the planet right now. They said if you feel into the energy of Earth right now, you can feel that something big is coming. They said you can almost feel the Earth rumbling with it. So we're going to be entering into a time period that they refer to as the corridor. Now, if you have heard their past couple reports, you know they have been describing where we've been over the past couple months as a void. And so now we're moving into a corridor of some sort. And they were a little more cryptic in their monthly message than they usually are. So I couldn't get any more details than that. But what they wanted us to understand is the timeline that we're on is going to be critical for how we move through the month of August. And if you've heard the P's talking over the past couple years, they have been encouraging us very, very strongly to mind our timeline, to be very careful of what we're putting our attention on, where we are vibrating, how we are feeling, because they said it's going to get more and more important. So they said that the timeline that we are on is going to start to be reflected back to us very, very strongly. So they said that the way that we are going to move through these energies of the month of August and beyond, they said it's going to kind of look like we're living in two completely different realities based on the timeline that you have chosen. So they said that the way we experience the next couple of weeks is going to be very timeline dependent. They said we're going to see the results of our choice reflected very strongly. So this is a time to remember that we create our reality. So if we're letting ourselves slide into putting a lot of attention on things that are doom and gloom, we're going to magnetize that to us very quickly in these energies. And on the reverse, if we are very, careful with what we are focusing on, staying tuned into our intuition, they said we will move through these energies like bliss. But they said there's going to be a huge difference in how people navigate these energies. So this is a time to remember that it's all you. You are creating what is reflected to you. So really important in these energies to be minding our timeline. So when I asked them a little bit, what can we expect with these energies? How are they going to feel to us? The first thing that they wanted us to understand is the energies are going to be very strong, very fast, and very intense. So what that means is these energies may feel a little destabilizing to the physical body. They might cause our nervous systems to freak out a little bit as our body's trying to make sense of the energy. So you may notice in these energies that it's really hard to stay grounded. And I know I have been called over the past couple days to have to go sit outside on the ground because even doing my normal grounding meditation, I pop right back out of it. So these are going to be very ungrounding energies. So the more you can get in nature, that's going to be one of the best ways to kind of make your physical body feel safe as we move through these really intense energies that are starting to roll in already. As we are shooting this video, there is a complete whiteout on the Schumann resonance. So we are already seeing these energies crawling in, and they are going to be like nothing we've ever experienced. Now, some other ways that you may notice these energies is it may show up in your ears, your eyes, your nose, and your throat. So I was noticing that I almost felt like I was getting a cold, but the Pleiadians were like, nope, that's just the energies. So you may notice weird sensations in your ears, a little bit of a tickle in your throat, almost like a sore throat is creeping up on you. And this is something that just can be kind of one of those side effects of these energies. So we're going to really feel them kind of in the upper chakras as we move through. Now, let's see, what else did they have for us? Oh, yeah, that's right. So something else that can pop up in these energies, because it is so easy for us to pop out of the body in these energies, to, hard to stay grounded, stay in your body. It's going to be very easy to zone out in these energies. Just lose your concentration without realizing that you've done it. So it's really important right now to be very kind of slow and careful as you go through your day, because it's very easy in these energies to space out without realizing it. So one of the ways that the P's have been kind of catching me on this is whenever I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking something or washing knives, handling knives, they are coming in very gently to remind me to pay attention and move slowly, because they're seeing me get ungrounded so quickly that you don't really want to do that when you're handling sharp knives. So this is energy that's very easy to slam your finger in a door or just hurt yourself because you don't realize you've lost your focus, your concentration. So they encouraged us to just be careful in these energies, go a little more slowly, and just kind of be more methodical as you do anything where you could kind of hurt yourself or, shut your hand in a door, because these energies are going to be very supportive of those kind of things happening. So just something to kind of keep your eye on. Now, one other thing that the P's wanted us to understand about the August energies is they said that we are going to see a wave of departures. So there are many people who are going to be leaving our planet, who are deciding not to stick around for the next wave or phase of the ascension process. So they just gently wanted to prepare us for that. That is something that we are going to be noticing over the coming month. Now, because these energies that they've been talking about are going to cause people to have such just wildly different experiences, there are those who are going to move through this corridor in what the Pleiadians are describing as bliss, and those who are going to have very much the opposite experience. The Pleiadians wanted us to know that there is a secret formula for moving through these energies easily. They said this doesn't have to be a chaotic or upsetting time, even though we kind of look at the world around us and kind of makes you wonder. But they said there is a secret formula. And that is whenever you see something in the world that is disturbing or distressing to you, they're encouraging you to bring it into your heart. Whatever that thing is, whether it's someone that you are kind of viewing as a bad guy or bad girl, or doing something that we see as very upsetting, bringing that thing into your heart and sending love to everyone involved in that situation. The bad guys, the good guys, quote unquote. Because when you do this simple little tool of bringing that event, it could be a news story, it could be something that's happening in your life, into your heart and send it love, you are releasing the resistance around that thing. Because all of these things that we are seeing as destabilizing in the world, negative in our world, the Pleiadians wanted to remind us it's just a reflection of the parts of us that we have viewed as negative and bad. Because everything in our reality is a reflection of our energy. So you kind of short circuit this whole process when you bring that negative thing into your heart and send it love. Send everyone involved love. As you do that, you drop all the resistance, and that thing doesn't have to be reflected to you anymore. So it's going to be a very powerful tool. And you've heard the P's say this time and time again over the years, but this really is the shortcut, the secret weapon to moving through times that can be choppy if we're not careful about our vibration. So going to be very, very important times to remember that simple little trick. So be prepared for a month of incredibly intense energies, but remember, you can make it absolutely magical. It is up to you. You create it all. As they always say, it's all you. So very important times for us to stay empowered and remember how incredibly powerful we are as creators. So good luck over the coming weeks, y'all. It's going to be quite a show, sounds like. So that is what the Pleiadians had for us in their August message. Corey, what is coming up in the astrology?
Wow. Oh, Peyton, I resonated with all that the Pleiades had to say. And it is amazing because the astrology coincides with it, of course. So I'm Corey, and I will be doing the Intuitive Astrology Report and pulling a few cards to see how we can be supported for August 2024. So first things first, when we come into August, we will have 5 planets in retrograde. Well, when we first come in, it'll be 4. We will have Saturn that is retrograde until November 28th. And that's really about looking at, what we're holding on to that no longer serves us. You'll see that this will be a theme for August, one of the themes. And Neptune is retrograde until December 10th. And Neptune is about our dreams. So reviewing our dreams, get a dream journal. Very important right now. We're all getting a lot of messages from our dreams. And nostalgia, Neptune is very nostalgic, thinking about the past and, what you need to let go from the past and our connection to spirit. So in the retrograde periods, these are the things that we can look out for or be aware of and maybe possibly work on. Pluto is also going to be retrograde, is retrograde till October 14th. And so that's about reviewing our losses, like the big letting go, death and rebirth, that's what Pluto is about. And then Chiron, that wounded healer, it is retrograde until December 29th. So, it's reviewing, maybe recreating your own inner underworld, because it is the wounded healer, and to help you understand really, truly what the meaning of healing is on a brighter scale, within yourself, your inner wounds, your inner underworld, the things we don't want to look at. It's a great opportunity while Pluto is retrograde to do that inner work. And then on the 4th, the 4th of April, Mercury's going retrograde until August 28th. And it'll be retrograde in Virgo and in Leo, but predominantly in Virgo. And so that's about reorganizing. Mercury's about communication. So reorganizing maybe the way you communicate to yourself and to others. Maybe rethinking about your service to others. Are you being service to self or service to others? And Virgo is also about health. It's a time to review our health. It's a great time to reorganize or redo or even start a regimen, a health regimen. Maybe it's your spiritual health, physical health, the way we eat. Like the Pleiadians were saying, get out in nature. It's a great time in August to get out in nature, to get grounded. Therefore, helping with your spiritual health, your emotional health, and your physical health. So the first half of August is going to be a fire element. It's in Leo. Leo rules the heart, and the showman, the actor, the one who's always standing out there yelling from the podium. The second half of August is going to be an earth element, which is Virgo. Virgo is a perfectionist. Virgo also rules our health and service. Seeing a theme here? So Mercury will go retrograde on August 4th, we have a lot going on. So on August 4th, Venus, the love planet, is going into Virgo. So watch out for criticism. I have 3 planets in Virgo, and Virgo can be they make great movie critics, but they can also be self-critical and critical of others. So Venus going into Virgo, the energies are there, for healing with love, because Venus is the love planet. So using love for healing to come together, because coming together is service, being of service to others and ultimately yourself. And also on that 4th, the Mercury goes retrograde, so, an old love might come back, because Virgo, and with that Venus in Virgo, maybe an old flame might come back. We are moving forward, though, just a note. And then we have a new moon in Leo. So the new moons are about setting our intentions. So it's a great manifestation time. So because Leo rules the heart and the sun, right? It's ruled by the sun. When it's in the moon sign, it's a wonderful time to manifest what your true heart's desires are. There's lots of opportunities for romance in and out of August, right? This new moon is also coupled with Mars, which is the output energy, and Jupiter, which is the expansion planet. And they're both in Gemini. So it's a powerful new moon in Leo. So come from your heart space, like the Pleiadians were saying. Tune into your heart. It's a great time to manifest your heart's desires, and the output for it and the expansion of it, whatever you put and focus your heart on, has huge, huge energy to support it. Now, on August 14th, like the Pleiadians said, it's explosive. From the 14th, really more the 12th, but the 14th in particular. It's an explosive day, but it makes for an explosive August. So Mars is going to be conjunct. Mars, that output energy, it's going to be right next to becoming one energy. That's what conjunct is. Jupiter in Gemini. So try to remember not to pole vault over mouse turds. I know that don't want to be pole vaulting over mouse turds because little things can become very big very fast. And my intuition says that that is going to happen. It's very explosive. But if you can help it, try to remember to not pole vault over those mouse turds. Choose love and healing over, being right, because Mars is that warrior energy. So we have the opportunity to choose that timeline of love and healing, or do we want to be right and judgmental and come from a place of payback? I'd say no, at least me personally. I'm working towards the love and the healing. And so whatever you focus your mind and your heart on will expand. So be the warrior for love, not judgment, right? So on the 19th is the full moon in Aquarius. We have our token Aquarian here. Yep. And so when the moon is in Aquarius, that is some rebellious energy. Aquarians feel very rebellious when it's in this when the moon is in Aquarius. All right. But when we have a full moon, it's a time of letting go. Another point of themes of letting go of the things that you have been in a rut about. Okay. So Aquarius is that individual freedom, but is also the collective, the humanitarian energy. So have you been in a rut about maybe a relationship that you no longer want to be in, whether it's business or partnership, any of them? It's time to let it go, which coincides also with, because Pluto has moved also retrograde, is that we will have a lot of the collective moving on from the third degree, from Earth, and transitioning. All right. So it's important with this full moon in Aquarius on the 19th to be a rebel, but be a rebel with a collective cause, because the Aquarians can be a rebel with no cause just because they want to be rebellious, which is a great trait, unless, it's hog wild. So the opportunity to be a rebel for the collective, for the love, for the healing, for coming together, as opposed to just being a rebel for the sake of being a rebel. I don't know. I love being a rebel just for the sake of being a rebel myself, but it's not serving the collective. And then on the 22nd of August, we have the sun entering Virgo, which is an earth sign. That's when we move into the earth element part of August. Details, details, details. Organization, 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 organize, and health. So it's a good time to focus on our health, on love, because Venus will be in Virgo as well, and service. How can we serve ourselves, and how can we serve one another in this big shift that we are going through? We are in the middle of it. We are in it, in it, in it. And then on the 29th, Venus enters Libra. That's about, love affairs, the love of art, beauty, and lovey, yummy, yummy smells. And Libra is the scales to find balance, but it's also the scales of justice. So it'll be very interesting to see how that pans out for August when Venus enters Libra. On the 15th and 16th are great manifesting days. So the energies of August are explosive, like the Pleiades say. And so the timeline that most of us have already chosen, I believe, but there are some who are still the higher timeline of love and healing and sticking together and walking the path to create this new earth is huge energy that can help catapult us into that new earth. But we are still in the period of tearing down old structures. And we will be for the rest of 2024. We can make huge leaps and bounds in manifesting that new earth. So I've pulled a couple cards ahead of time for time's sake, because I always run long. Not that I mean to, but I just do, because astrology, simple. So the first card that I pulled, the crystal to support us for August, is the amethyst. I pay attention to my intuition and dreams. I easily interpret, messages. So finding an amethyst can help support you through the month of August. This is deep intuition. I believe that if your birthday's in February, which Yaila's is, no, it's not. Oh, you're in January. That's right, January. But February is the birthstone of February, which can be Aquarius as well. So develop intuition, use your psychic gift, increase dream recall. We have Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. We have a lot of water element, of course, right now. Dreams. Have you been having a lot of dreams? I know I have. Dream journal. I've been saying it over and over again, but now's a great time to have a dream journal. And the interpretation of the symbols of all the areas of life with our dreams. Transform and transmute negativity, just like the Pleiades said. And then from the Angels and Ancestor deck, mountains. Stand your ground. Get out in nature. The energies are explosive. They are high frequency. The Schumann resonance, like Peyton was saying, is off the charts today, and it will continue to be off the charts. And so we need to be grounded. So the mountains, the ground, the earth, stand your ground, get your feet on the ground, and help to stay grounded in these energies. And then the last one is from the Soul's Journey from James Van Praagh, purpose. I know what I am here to do. And for those of you who have chosen their timeline, we know what our purpose is. I know my purpose is to love, to show love, to be loved, and to help others to walk and to help create this new world. We're already in, but it still needs to be built up. So don't forget your purpose in the month of August. So that's all that I've got for the intuitive astrology and the cards. Yaila, what have you got?
Thank you so much, ladies. I resonate with what you both are sharing. And it coincides with some of the messages I was already getting. And Peyton, when you're saying the corridor, my guides are like, yeah, that's the tunnel vision we were talking about. Tunnel vision, have tunnel vision. So I'll speak more into that shortly. But thank you both so much for your messages. As you know, my name is Yaila. I tap into the collective energy, so it's going to be a general reading. The collective is most of the people are going to be feeling throughout the month of August. I channel live as we record, so I will have my eyes closed from time to time. So let me just tap into the collective energy as we speak. Ooh. All right, so I'm getting gold and red, like fiery red. So yeah, it's gonna be a wild month for sure. Gold was the first color that came in though, so let me speak to that. So what is gold representing? They're giving me this really beautiful image of seeing yourselves, seeing your truth, seeing your true light, your true love. And that's going to coincide with the tunnel vision you need to have to navigate through this energy, to navigate, stay in that corridor, don't get pulled off to the side. When you keep connecting into your light, your truth, your love, you will stay in that golden light. And for me, gold represents very high vibrational, neutral energy. Like it doesn't get swayed anywhere. So that is the predominant energy that you can tap into. Red was the second color that I saw, and that is that passion, that fiery. There's going to be things that light us up, and it could be good or bad things, right? Corey talked about your purpose. You could be lit up on fire with your purpose. If you keep that connection to yourself, your golden light, your truth, you will expand your passion. You'll expand that fiery desire and help manifest that. But on the flip side, we can also get pulled into the outside world as things are shifting and moving and crumbling. If we lose sight of, both ladies talked about grounding, if we are letting ourselves get ungrounded and distracted and pulled in, we are going to be lit up with, with the downside, right, of the red color can be anger. I don't think of any energies as good or bad, but anger is a catalyst for change. So it's not all in bad if you catch yourself feeling angry, if you catch yourself getting pulled into certain directions. It's just a chance for you to really take that momentum and that passion, that energy, and redirect it to what you really want. We are very powerful manifestors in this moment in time. And so I don't always get guided messages to share with the collective on things to do specifically, like very specifically. One of the things the guides were wanting me to share is one really great way beyond what the ladies have already shared, because they have some really great tools for you to use as well. One great way to stay connected to your light, to your truth, is connecting to yourself in the mirror every day, minimum 5 minutes. So go beyond a little bit what's in your comfort zone, not just a quick, how does my hair look? What's in my nose? What's not? Beyond that, staring at yourself in your own eyes and looking at your truth. If you want to have a specific intention, what am I becoming? What am I stepping into? Make it yours. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but connect to yourself, connect to your soul, connect to your heart every single day in the month of August. And trust that's what's getting lit up in your heart, that desire, that passion. See yourself embodying that. See yourself living in that world, and that is what you will create. So those are the first introductory messages. Let me see what to watch out for the month of August 2024. Very similar to what the ladies were saying, but watch out for getting caught up in other people's spiral. You're going to see people who either haven't been exposed to energy work or haven't been exposed to really connecting with themselves, who kind of live in that quote unquote 3D world, just the very surface level in the grind. They're going to get super spirally. So a big thing for you to watch out for is to not get sucked into their spiral. We are going to see some very interesting things popping up in finances, in politics, in our housing market, with our food system. They're kind of showing me like across the board, things are going to get stirred up. People are going to start spiraling, and watch out for that. Don't get caught up into their spiral. So you are safe, you are protected, you can navigate through this. Just do not lose track of your truth. Ask your higher guidance, ask your true self when you look at yourself in the mirror, what can I do today to stay in my highest alignment? What can I do today to protect my body? What can I do today to protect my family? What can I do today to protect my finances? Whatever you need to know, ask yourself. You'll get the answers. Okay. So watch out for that spiral, other people spiral, and don't, like the ladies were saying, don't judge them, send them love, put them in your heart. I always love that suggestion. wrap them in compassion. If they're asking for advice, then you can, but most people won't even hear advice. So it's not really our place to course correct them. It's more about correcting ourselves, not getting pulled in that spiral. So that's what's to watch out for. Let me just see any helpful information for you, the collective, for 2024 beyond what they said. One of the other messages that was coming in that they just reminded me right now is we are in the time of many portals. And so in the energy world, people like to use portals a lot. Portal just means an entryway, a gateway, a doorway, stepping in from one space into another space. In the energy world, we kind of almost think of portals of like a whole completely different dimension world, going through a portal and stepping into a completely other dimension world that's completely different from where you came from, right? So it has a really, it's not just a doorway, but it's a complete change of reality. And so something that the guides were sharing with me for the month of August is we're going to have many portal opportunities, and portals can show up in many different ways. Some of the easy examples is when we sleep and we wake up, we're stepping from one portal into another. You might notice that when you are waking up now, you feel like a completely different person. You are literally shedding old layers. You are doing work in your sleep to release the old and stepping into the new. And that is one of the reasons why they're guiding us to have that mirror connection to yourself every single day in the month of August, because you're going to have insights and downloads while you sleep. And then we can bring that into manifestation into the real world through that portal, right? That sleep portal. Another portal is sex is a portal. So when you're wanting to create things or release things or tap into a different energy, that's a huge portal. Connecting to a meditation to your breath, that's a portal. There's physical portals around the world. The sun is a portal. So there's all these different opportunities to connect to a different energy. And you can just ask yourself, what is a portal I can use today to step into a new dimension, a new reality? And you'll be guided. There's like millions of different things that can create a portal. So you don't have to go, if you can't have the finances to go to Mount Shasta, don't worry about it. You can create it in your own time and space. So let me just see if there's any last messages for you, the collective, for the month of August 2024. The final message with the portal, and this is just tacking it on. Since the collective, we are stepping through a portal, and I think that's why they guided Peyton to talk about the corridor and to have us have tunnel vision. We are stepping through a gateway, and we are stepping into a new world. And the new world that we're stepping into is incredible. It is beautiful. We are more conscious. We are more heart-centered. We are more connected. The structures we have around us are going to be more supportive for the collective as a whole. We will have our more of our freedoms and more say in our individual selves. So just know this is what we are stepping into. It's going to ripple and manifest in different ways throughout the next couple of months, next couple of years, several years, but just know August is a major stepping into that reality. Okay, huge portal of energy. We are starting it already. I'm hearing from the guides the last full moon that we just had in July the 21st. Huge shift of information. Huge. So this energy is just carrying through for the rest of August. So you've got this. Don't forget to connect to yourself, your heart. Keep reminding yourself of your truth, your passions. You are supported from the other side, and you will see the physical support in this reality as well. Just keep that tunnel vision, stay in that corridor, stay in that love. And that's what I have for today. Ladies, any last messages you want to share?
Yes, you were talking about, portals and portals. And spirit gives me a nudge and says, hello, what about the Lionsgate portal, August 8th? So I was like, oh, duh. Yeah. So also too, we have the 8/8 Lionsgate in August. So interesting you were getting that,
I forgot about that too.
I know, right? I know. So Yes, the opportunities for portals. I love that. I just love that. Yeah. Mhm.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to remind everyone, it starts, 8/8. The energies will really be before that, probably a week before that, maybe like July 26th, through. We'll pass the Lion's Gate. And we are being hit with so much energy. So when we go into that Lion's Gate portal, it's primed, baby. Woo! Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, Corey. That's what the Pleiadians have been saying, that the reflection is going to be strong. So if we start to wander into things that we don't want, we're going to get that reflection really hard and strong. So, focusing on what we want, because the energies right now are moving so fast that we're going to get that immediate reflection to tell us if we're on track or not. Not going to be subtle. Lately, the Pleiadians have been saying the energy is going to win. As they're trying to gently nudge me in the direction I need to go. They're like, you can go easy or you can go hard. We'd suggest easy.
No struggle bus.
Definitely not, because it's going to run over you.
Yeah.
Also, too, about the Pleiades, when they were talking about, your head being like, woozy. What was it they said? That your mind is not woozy, but
You're going to zone out, like zooming out. Yeah.
That
And
has been me. I've
I
been
see it already.
Already, not
Yeah.
just already, like zone out. I'm like, yeah. And it's actually, hi, hummingbird. A hummingbird just came. Hello.
Prime example.
Prime example.
Pleiadians often show up as birds. Maybe they're coming to visit you, Corey.
Just got the chills. Yay! Thank you, Pleiades, for that message. Oh, the chills all over my body now.
Yeah.
Portal we just entered.
Anything else, ladies, before we wrap up? No. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning into our monthly energy updates. We appreciate you all. Of course, make sure to follow each one of us individually. We share different things on our YouTube channels and our social media. And with that, we will see you next month in September. One last thing before we wrap up. Peyton did mention there are people who are choosing to leave the planet. For now, let's just send a lot of love for the families and the people who are exiting. And just know that they're never fully gone. They're just going to be connected with us in a different way. So we send lots of love to those of you who are in that space. We will see you next month.